Lightsaberites, and Happy New Year! Darth Narnimus coming to you, Vornog joining me.
Welcome, everyone.
So, here we are. We hope your New Year's was really good for the closing of 2019, and we are entering 2020.
Year of good vision?
Yes, yeah. Very... What?
The year of good vision.
The year of... Oh, aha! No, see, I missed that one.
The jokes don't get any funnier, but
Yeah.
you're not here for my sense of humor.
No. So, so we wanted to come to you, do a little recap of 2019 and show you where it's kind of going in 2020, because 2019 we did a lot of staging. And we had a lot of big things kind of happen behind the scenes. Some of you who have been following us for a long time might have seen that happen. But some of you who are new to the channel might not understand what any of this is. So, first of all, early last year, the news broke of the FFE, the French Fencing Federation, accepting lightsaber combat as an actual sport.
We had the good fortune of one of the people that we work with, Cedric. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Was kind of instrumental in that process, which gave us an opportunity to get more deeply involved, leading to a rather, I think, one of the high points of 2019 was you got to take a field trip and go to, I believe it was Paris.
Yes, went to Paris. So the FFE, for people who do not know, is the organizing body for fencing in the country of France, of course. The way the French have their athletics set up is they are all kind of adjuncts of the government, so it's all kind of tightly controlled and regulated in that way, very much like our professional sports organizations are here, except it's under the auspices of the government and such like that. So, they accepted the LED lightsaber as the fourth fencing weapon. So they accepted a bunch of rules that were invented by our knight Cedric, Darth Sirol, if anybody is familiar on the internet. And he put together a bunch of rules and brought them to the FFE with safety standards and everything that they needed to create an actual sport. So the fact that they accepted it as a sport in France is really kind of a big deal. It's kind of a much bigger deal because there is a body that says what is sport, what is not, and what, that kind of thing. So this is a very, very large thing. It's opened a lot of doors. I went to Paris in October to help teach the Masters of Arms, other fencing instructors of the FFE, a bit about the system and about how we kind of work with the pedagogy, because their whole learning process is all taken from our system, and that's why we're involved. So,
I was just going to say, so while you were there, you had an opportunity not only to meet the people who are involved in bringing the latest addition to the sport of fencing to the professional competitors in the country of France.
Right. Yes.
There was also a meeting with the organizers of the FFE.
Yes. So that's the thing. That's where we're kind of heading towards with this, is that because of our involvement in all of this, we are the official representatives and ambassadors for the sport of lightsaber on behalf of the FFE here in America. So we are the representatives of the FFE here in America. I am in contact with them, with the organizing body there, Terry, the vice president, the current vice president, Olivier, Didier, all of these people who you will meet in some upcoming videos. Don't worry, but it's been quite busy behind the scenes here. We'll get to it as soon as we can. But anyway, what that is going to enable us to do is to certify people as both coaches and as referees in the official sport of lightsaber. But on our part, we want to make sure that we are gathering a bunch of very good quality people to be involved in the sport. Now, you don't have to be certified to compete in the sport, but as far as a coach or a referee, obviously certification is going to go on on that way.
And because there is a specific rule set in place, just as there is for foil, epee, and saber, the traditional 3 fencing weapons, anyone who becomes interested in this, pursuing this as a sporting activity, it would be highly advised to get some training within the rule system.
Yes.
And at some point, well, we have information released already discussing the specifics of that. So while there isn't a specific certification requirement, it would be in the best interest of anybody who wants to get more involved to seek out the information and prepare.
Yes. And so the goal is to get a group of lightsaber fencers ready over here in America, to have our own competitions over here, to start bringing more of the professional athletics and organizations into the sport, so it's a more competitive thing, and of course, eventually get some people to go over to France and compete in their annual lightsaber tournament. So that's a bonus, right? Who would ever thought that lightsaber could bring you to Paris, France? Well, it could be in your future.
It
You
is
never
possible.
know.
Yeah.
Yes. So we will be getting those certification processes together. We should have them up and running by spring. By spring or summer, somewhere in there, we will have. It will probably consist of some online information and some written information, and then there'll be some in-person workshops, just as you would do if you were being.
It's a pretty standard process for people who want to become certified as coaches or referees in any of a number of existing sporting activities.
Yeah, exactly. If you wanted to be a referee or a coach in anything, you have to go through training, get certified, all that kind of thing. So that's what we're bringing to the U.S. So the FFE sport, the first official kind of designated lightsaber sport that I believe. I don't know if Ludosport has been specifically recognized by the Italian government, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Rising tide lifts all boats. The fact that we now have an international organization that has recognized it.
Yeah.
And it has garnered a lot of interest in other places too. So we're talking with those. Yeah.
So that's something that got started and really got moving in 2019.
Yes.
We talked a little bit about moving ahead, but some other stuff happened last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah. A lot of stuff happened.
If we go back a little bit earlier, I think we started the year by reaching out to and opening the door with anyone who's been involved in the saber community for a while,
Yes.
will recognize who it is that we had an opportunity to actually meet in person and spend some really amazing quality time with.
Yes.
The general himself.
Yes, Damon Honeycutt, General Sun. If you are unfamiliar, you can simply look up YouTube under General Sun. You will see some very famous YouTube videos, of which one we actually recreated. We got to recreate with him here, so that was always fun. But yes, he is probably one of the most influential people out there as far as the beginning of this lightsaber. He's the author of the first set form for curriculum.
We call Dulon.
Right, Dulon.
People might call kata or form.
Yes, exactly. So we brought him in and for our symposium, and the symposium included 2 other individuals, Ben Judkins, who many of you might know of, and Daniel Mrotz, who's a professor of theater and dance, I believe, at the University of Ottawa.
Not be exactly his title, but
right, not as so. Forgive me, Daniel. Anywho, but we also from this thing we had a couple of personnel changes coming through, so we had actually lost some people over this last year. Some of our founding members actually have kind of moved on, and so we had some vacancies on our council, and we took the opportunity to actually fill them with people like Ben, who's now one of our council members, as is Damon, as is Daniel Ronce, and Jared Miracle. All of these people you may have seen on our symposium from 2-3 years ago, where they were all, when we were talking about this with the general and all of that. And then we just moved it into 2019, having an in-person symposium, which we're going to do again in 2020. So we'll tell you about the dates for that. We'll see who the guests will be. I'm hoping we can get some people from overseas.
Continue the development of this being an international organization.
Yes, exactly.
One of the things that is tying into both the renewal of the council is kind of a reconfiguration for the council to be an administrative team to help manage what's happening behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that we had started talking about, which we are now in the process of rolling out, is what we're doing in terms of providing our own internal certifications to individuals and groups who want to become involved as official members of TPLA. We have all our material has always been available, going back to when we first began. Almost 8 years, or almost 8 years ago.
8 years ago, yeah. Almost.
But we are developing. We've been continuing to develop a more structured approach.
Yep.
And we want to begin implementing that with the material that we already have to streamline bringing new individuals and new groups into the TPLA family.
Yep. So that's something for people who are out there who are running a group or running a school who wanted to get involved with us. We've never really had much of a way to do that. We've had our Learners in Exile program, where we try to show people the ropes, and then we've been trying to build a good group of instructors and stuff like that. But now we're kind of ready to really get out there. And like you said, our system has been out there for everybody to see since we started putting it up. We have our first 4 levels all the way through Ataru. So those first 4 will give you everything that you need. But now you can get stamps of approval and progress through there, and we're going to have different ways that people can kind of experience the material. One of the things that we'll be working on with Damon a whole lot is creating a system of choreography and of fight building, so that you can build the fictional fights and these choreographed fights to express what you want to express in them beyond just being a good fighter, right? You can be able to bring more drama and more meaning into it, which will again then make the fight more realistic, because it will draw the audience in. So there will be a kind of performance aspect. We obviously have the sport, which is going to be one of our major pushes, and then we have our instructor path, which will pretty much remain the same as we have been going forward. But all of that information will be released later on in here in the year, because hopefully we will be able to get our app up and running. And our app. So that's the goal, is to try to get all of this stuff on the website, on the app, so that people can follow it along more by themselves. They can be more autonomous in their training. Obviously, we're available to people. As things grow, we're probably going to move into a kind of a membership type of thing, so that we can divvy up our time a little bit more for people who are more serious and those who are more casual.
That opens opportunities for people who are inclined to have more direct contact with the organizing members of the group.
Right. Yeah. So if you're not wanting to be a lightsaber superstar, or you don't want to, you have no height, you don't really want to start a class or anything like that, you just want to do it for yourself and all that kind of stuff, we now have ways for you to do that, and we will hopefully be building that community up very good. And it's open to everybody. If you're part of one of the other organizations, we're not allied with anybody. We're not opposed to anybody. We teach our system here, and our system is basically, the idea is we want to encapsulate real traditional sword techniques, weapons techniques, fighting, that kind of thing, and put it into an art form which is relevant to modern people. And sport's a part of that, and performance is a part of that, and so is just practice and training. And so we're going to try to bring all of those things kind of in together. Technology, however, is always a demon that we have to wrestle. So I'm not going to give an actual date for any of that kind of thing, but stay tuned. That is the goal. That is what we're working on. They've had some success with it in France, so I will be working with Enrique Vidal from Misty Forge and from the French people who have created already an app for their competitions and stuff like that, and we're going to try to give it the TPLA touch, so that you can do this all at the at your own leisure, and you can have your little. Maybe we'll try to put little even virtual masters in there, so you'll have one of us on your phone wagging our finger at you or something. I don't know. We'll see what we can do. The technology is going so fast. We don't know what opportunities will present themselves. But there you go. So, I think that about covers it for right now. We got lots of things in the works. 2019 has been a big year. We thank all of you for being around, for sticking with us, for the people who have been with us since the beginning. Thank you. And I really hope that as we move forward, we're going to be able to give a lot more to the community and allow people to get a lot more out of it. And not just skill and learning, but swag too.
And more fun.
And more fun, of course.
Fun with lightsabers is more fun.
Yes, absolutely. So that's it for us. Happy New Year again. And we wish you all the best in 2020. And we hope that you stick around and see what the new days have in store for us. And hopefully we'll connect with you somehow, somewhere. And until then, have a great day.
Safe sabering.
Happy sabering.